Sono partita per Berlino. Però devo un attimo mettere la chat. Perché sennò se mi scrivi non ti vedo. Ok. Allora, prima mi faccio le prove dei personaggi perché non le ho fatte. Buonasera. Quanto siamo fighe. Allora. Ma non ti devi mutare? Vabbè, pure io potrei mutarmi, eh. Già ho fatto una cagata. Bene.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Time for your arraignment! Let me lead you on. Rain out.
Madò, io so fiera di averla presa sta donna, è troppo figa. Oddio, che cazzo faccio?
Bring it!
Avevo messo la cucina. Non stava salendo mentre volevo esplorare. Non vuole funzionare con me. Mi controlli l'audio, ti prego. Buonasera. Mi sa che non ho fatto il buff, vabbè. Mamma mia, sto bruciando i bambini. E mo che cacchio faccio? Li guarda questi. Che brutto team. Sì, non ti preoccupare. Ring live. Poi dici che sono io, quando fai dei live te. Ti avranno rubato l'identità. Palese. Madonna mia. Che cagata sta prova. Allora. Perché ho bisogno delle gemme, sai. Questa qua mi ha preso 150 pull. E questa mo come si usa? Basta premi i tasti a caso. Ma sì, va bene tutto. Io non ho mai capito, ma lei è un DPS? Comunque ti sento molto più piano. Ah, grazie, ma sempre la colpa mi dai, Rob. Aia. Scusa. Un luogo. Avevo sentito un luogo. Io quando faccio le live i miei gatti decidono di distruggermi casa. Cioè sto sentendo un casino. Mi sto spaventando. Non oso immaginare cosa stanno combinando. Sì, vabbè, colpiscimi. Cioè, ma tu ci pensi che per trovare Silonen mi sono fatta tutti i personaggi 4 stelle C6? E non sto scherzando. Ah, yeah. Non mi picchiare. Perché mi devo vergognare per averla bullata? Ah, quindi parli di te, ok. Questa come cazzo... Vabbè. Che poi peccato, lei è così bella ed è inutile, per quanto mi riguarda, Sempre parere soggettivo. Che cazzo? Va bene. Solo loro sanno che cosa ho fatto. Non l'ho mai usata lei. Grazie per accompagnare la live con questo bellissimo sottofondo musicale. Sei troppo bravo.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Race you. Stand clear. We shall prevail. Yield.
Come combatto io con questa non combatte nessuno comunque.
Let's light it up. Do your worst.
Fa troppo caldo da me. Ok, abbiamo finito. No, grazie. Così si mette a parlare. Io manco so perché mi trovo qui, però ok. Non posso dire niente perché mi devo ricordare che sto streamando. Allora, io queste me le conservo per domani perché domani ci sono le robe fighe. Sì, invece. Che bello!
Add astro. Thank you for
Comunque alla fine
completing
non l'ho
today's
messo in
missions.
giapponese.
Add astro.
Non mi dire così, ti prego. Allora, ma iniziamo perché la sto rimandando troppo. Cioè, guarda, puoi guardare un attimo la live. Ah, guarda come sono rimasta. Mhm. Tu ne hai di più. Oh, c'è Pull! Tanto non trovo un cazzo. Vai! Che mai facevano da 10? Bellissimo, questa secondo me è Cici. Guarda, palesemente Cici. Stupenda, vero? Allora, vabbè, iniziamo. Guarda quante cose che non ho fatto, faccio schifo. Che cazzo è sta cosa? Ah, sono secondari, vabbè. Cioè, vero. Vabbè. Scusa, io... Perché mi spoilero, dici? Vabbè, ma chi cazzo legge i dialoghi? Vabbè, io volevo le mie prime. Rompi sempre i coglioni. Aspetta 2 giorni, non l'avevo visto. Che caldo. Ma tu ce l'hai il draghetto? Cioè, lo usi? Ah, quanto, quanto me la sento. Allora, mi gira la testa, basta. Dovrebbero velocizzare sta cosa. Non ti si sente?
Really rough for Natlan lately. There are more and more
Ma io avevo
commissions
messo
from the adventurers guild,
l'impostazione.
and they're all related to the abyss.
Che fa? Non lo prende l'audio di
That won't do
Discord
us any
allora?
good. Let's go and see if there's anything we can do to help.
Ma che cazzo vuoi, Paimon? Sto risolvendo una cosa importante. Perché avevo messo... Vabbè, ma non c'entra, avevo messo l'impostazione solo del party. Guarda. Vabbè, guarda che bella che è. Guarda. Sì, però sembra una pazza che parlo da sola. E manco l'ho livellata quest'arma, quanto faccio schifo. Scusa, che cos'è se non è una donna? Quindi parli di te, va bene. Che bello che io l'ho usata tipo ieri, però senza neanche avere l'arma minimo livellata ed è a livello 40. Ne metto questa perché tanto mi sto buttando tutto su difesa. Comunque non penso sia un'impostazione mia, eh. Perché io ho controllato, ma c'è solamente quello. Vabbè, comunque non sto parlando da sola, semplicemente abbiamo l'audio un po' brutto. E niente, pazienza, tanto non la uso per ora. Fammi vedere se li posso fare. Ah, eccoli, hai visto? Smetti di cantare, ti prego. Ma mi permetto. Ancora non posso perché ovviamente devo fare il boss. Non saprei se ascenderla perché tanto le armi si trovano questi Refavonius, figurati. E non mi ricordo quante ne ho. Che cazzo, vabbè. Per ora va bene così, dai. Mamma mia, quanto siamo fighe. Allora. Non posso neanche livellare gli artefatti perché non ne ho altri che mi permettono di livellare. Ok, qua dovrebbe uscire. Scusate. Rob, scrivi nella live. Comunque buonasera Ven, buonasera Mike. Vedi questo fa schifo. L'unica cosa decente è la difesa, vaffanculo. Niente, comunque si è mutato Rob, ragazzi, quindi voi non lo sentite perché non sappiamo perché abbiamo problemi di audio. Però Rob esiste e non sto parlando da sola. Sì che sta cantando, non lo sopporto più. Vuoi scrivere sulla chat pure tu? Grazie. Perché? Aiuto. Ce la possiamo fare. Allora, io adesso comincio a perdermi, perché io su Nadlan mi perdo, soprattutto in questa parte. Allora.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers
Allora,
Guild has
io non mi
created a
metterò a
web
leggere
business.
perché ho una voce di merda e quindi potrei fare scappare la gente. Glielo vuoi spiegare che esisti? Grazie. Ma non ti sentono!
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
Come state, ragazzi?
Thank you so much.
Tanto per ora sta parlando lei, non mi interessa niente, stai zitta.
Hi, Catherine. It's us.
No, Mike, non cominciare, Non cominciare.
You two have come
Ma io
just
non
in time.
capisco. Roppe, la smetti di leggermi quello che stai scrivendo? Perché, sai, sto seguendo.
And station them all across Natlan.
Smettila! Mike, non sono pazza, te lo giuro.
Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything
Io non
that's
posso.
happening across
Io
the
con
world.
Rob non riesco a seguire. No, non stare zitto. No, io non vi voglio trattare male, vi voglio tutti bene.
Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest
Rob,
camp and
smettila di
establish forces
cantare,
to
ti
take immediate action.
prego! Sei stonato! Amo, sei stonato, veramente, sei stonatissimo. No, sono onesta. Cioè, ti metti a cantare in falsetto, ma fai schifo. Ciao Mike, a dopo, grazie anzi. Comunque scusatemi se sembro una pazza psicopatica, eh. Devi-
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at
Chissà quanto
once.
cazzo è grande la vostra regione, comunque.
So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some
Quando mi
well-deserved
dice
rest.
che devo stare in riposo non ci credo.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Paimon knows that. It's not like Paimon just wanted to lay here and do nothing.
Vediamo se ci riesco. Oddio, che brutta Paimon. Sei un cesso.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an
Che
acute...
cosa triste.
Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Scusate, ma è Mike? Secondo me è Mike. È Mike, va bene. Va bene, Mike. Va bene. Spero che non lo capisco che sei tu.
Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now?
C'è mia figlia, volevo dire. Ma non è vero, bisogna stare chiusi a casa. Non si esce. Tipo io oggi che non faccio niente. Scusa? Come? Ma come l'era accorta? Sentite come il vero sta rotolando guerrieri da schierare nelle aree più remote. Così sono venuta a registrarmi. Fatti i cazzi tuoi, per favore, prima che muori di nuovo. Sta andando tutti il massimo e io non voglio essere da meno, insomma. Silana mi ha detto che deve ricevuto l'ordine di forgiare un nome antico per te. Sì, andiamo dalla Bonazza, dai. Rob, ma lo sai che è Mike, vero? No, così per dire. Palesemente è lui. Ma quindi è lui, vero? Mike, no, veramente. Ha detto... Comunque, Mike, mi dispiace per te, ma le arene non ci sono più su LOL. Ha detto che è pronta a iniziare, che possiamo andare da lei quando vogliamo.
So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names. Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Esiste. Silana è una vera maestra. Non sa solo forgiare i nomi antichi, ma anche qualsiasi altra cosa. In che senso? È estremamente richiesta, quindi le... volerci parecchio per portare a termine tutti gli ordini. In questo caso però ha fatto in modo di liberare completamente la sua agenda apposta per lavorare con voi. In questo periodo, vabbè. Cominciamo con le clip, va bene. Io non riesco a essere seria, non ci riesco. Quindi ora devo solo aspettare che mi arrivi un incarico. Se per voi va bene possiamo andare da Xilonen insieme. Shilonen. Si dice Shilonen. No, ci voglio andare, è la mia waifu. Adesso è un problema per lei se venga anch'io, no? Anch'io spero che non lo... Cioè, ma perché dovrebbe essere un problema, scusami?
Have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all,
Vabbè, sembra a
you're
me.
the victor of the Night Warden Wars.
No, non lo traduco questo, mi dispiace. No, poverina, cucciola. Cioè, alle mie spalle sta accadendo di tutto intanto. Mike, non cominciare! Veramente dovresti tacere robe. Scusa, che cazzo... No, aspetta, cosa è successo? Non mi rompere i coglioni, grazie. Ah, col cazzo. Poi si fa l'evento. Ma dove cazzo devo andare? Vabbè, ste inquadrature. Alle orecchie. Ma sarai tu una puttana! Raga, io mi scoccio leggere però, eh. Ma questo è il tappeto rosso.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the
Mamma mia, che
reputation.
fregna!
Wait, are you Outlanders?
Ma lo sai che lei assomiglia a mia nonna da giovane? Non sto scherzando. Mia nonna ha gli occhi verdissimi ed è bionda. Ancora è bionda. Vabbè, si fa la tinta, però sì. Ma è precisa! Mia nonna era gnocca. Poi ci sono io con gli occhi castani. Però vabbè.
We're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Ma così sembra che mi stai discriminando.
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound.
Cioè, io non lo so, io se voglio mettere sta live su YouTube, la gente mi sente sclerare e parlare da sola. E io studio psicologia, mi dovrei far controllare io queste persone. Bisogna perdere un antico per superarci che potesse tornare indietro sano e salvo.
She did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, but I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on some. But, just because I understand
amo.
her rationale doesn't make me any less upset.
Stavo seguendo.
After all, she must have known that forging an ancient
Sei
name for an
crashato?
Outlander is an impossible task.
Cioè, lei che parla, io intanto parlo con te, mi sembra giusto. Sento meglio, dopo tutto, dovrebbe sapere meglio di me che forse il nome antico per uno straniero è totalmente impossibile.
It's impossible.
Ma non è vero, noi siamo il Traveler.
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spare and glory, which grows
Ma
even
sarai tu
richer
una
and
puttana.
heavier as
Oh, non mi
generations of
insultare,
successors inherit
Xilonen.
it.
Vabbè, pure tu lo sei. Vabbè, aspetta, sto seguendo.
We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Scusami, bro. Cascina che non parla, madonna, mi fa spaccare.
But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands.
No, dai, non mi dite così che mi metto a piangere. Anche io voglio essere utile.
Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Sì.
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Ciao Ghost, buonasera. Ma io odio Paimon. Perché ti pare strano? Ghost, non sto parlando da sola. Ciao Sephiroth. Sarebbe... Allora scrivi ciao Sephora.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
Forza, dai, che ce la facciamo.
You mean you're already willing to...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy
È un
the
po'
order of the
incazzata
Archon.
comunque la signora, eh.
If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient
La
name is an
smetti!
indispensable
Non si
part of her
insultano le
plan,
donne
and that I'll
così.
be able to find a
Solamente
way
così
to
sa
prove that.
insultare. Meno male che non lo sentite. Sì, sei Sephora tu, mi dispiace.
In other words, the order is an affirmation of my ability.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task,
Porca
but now she's looking
pupazza.
for silver linings?
Potevano levare il doppiaggio a Paimon comunque. Sì, comunque noi stiamo impazzendo perché non si sente la voce di Ling. Non penso dipenda da me perché ho controllato le impostazioni. Sai, potresti risolvere in un altro modo. Perché non vieni in party? E allora va un po' a quel paese.
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her.
Wow, che cosa magnifica.
If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
In che senso pupazza acqua?
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus,
Che carino,
considering the
grazie!
unprecedented nature of this situation,
Ragazzi, Ring sta accendendo la
feeling that the
PS.
acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would
Oh.
probably not be enough. I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Sitlali at the Masters of the Night
Sitlali.
Wind. The one we call Granny Eats Talik.
Come nonna? Ma non è una bambina?
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm sure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed.
Al momento ho finito il tirocinio al cimitero. Mi annoiavano tanto perché manco parlavano. Beh. Venne, ce ne sono tante. Io mi sento come Sitlali comunque,
I've
la mia
heard
vita.
that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already...
yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here.
Mamma mia, che doppiaggio. Venne, che cazzo stai scrivendo?
In that case, I guess your only option is to
Roba,
try to
stai zitto.
emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro
Il modo
Archon.
importante da
Hopefully,
raccontare in
Seat Lolly
persona
would
per
still
i
want to
titrali
show respect
sia
to the
ancora in grado
Archon.
di mostrare rispetto per l'Arcon. Perché non mostra rispetto all'Arcon?
I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Per forza ci deve aiutare, oppure non lo so, vuole che moriamo tutti.
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Come doppia acqua.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Una passeggiatina così, tanto non abbiamo fretta. Buonasera. Anche lui non c'ha il doppiaggio comunque.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Ma che... Bussa alla porta dorata, qui la steamer fila il cuore da tempo oscurata. Cantando su nel cielo buioso il ghost se ne va tutto furioso. Tra vendette e battaglie nucleari. Qui c'è Ling che guarda visti i siti, mangiano cereali. Ma che cazzo? Che fastidio comunque che manca il doppiaggio di alcuni personaggi.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already
Vabbè
been
sì,
found.
l'altra è Ciasca, l'altra è Sitrali.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps...
Cos'altro da dirvi? Abbiamo praticamente identificato la persona che ha salvato il condottiero all'arena della fiamma sacra, finalmente. Avevo letto Oreo. Si chiama Oreo, va bene. Nei messi del vento della notte, tuttavia, ha trascorso la maggior parte della sua vita per conto suo in mezzo alla natura, lontana dal resto della tribù. Ah, oddio, scusa! Arrivo. Ma Venne, ma tu non lo giochi più? Mi senti? Rob? Per questo la sua scomparsa è passata inosservata. Quando Sidrali si è resa conto della sua assenza, nessuno aveva più avuto sue notizie da parecchio. Ma Rob, non ti sento.
See, Lolly knows.
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch
Sì?
to
Ma stai
most.
parlando del cesso? Ti sento tipo lontanissimo. No? Ti sento un po' vattato. Cazzo. Vabbè, io ti sento. Devi iniziare, Ven.
I've
Vabbè,
never
sì.
met Auroran,
Io non ho
but
mai
if they
incontrato...
consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out
Tipo
there.
davvero stravagante. Oddio. Aspetta. Eh, Boh, non mi fa accedere alle impostazioni. Pazienza. Scrivi in chat in caso. Se no devo staccare la live e rimetterla.
Paimon wonders how Seat Lolly was the
Infatti.
first one to notice Auroran's
Per questo...
disappearance.
Vabbè,
She
lasciamo
spends the whole
perdere.
day
Era
in the
meglio fare
room.
una prova prima. Al momento no... Vabbè, intanto sto seguendo però. Ma non mi fa accedere quando sto in live. Ma però stavo seguendo, aspetta, sì, dimmi. No, no, parla, ormai. Così non capisco niente però. Sì?
Oh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroran and the captain's whereabouts?
Già, io avevo messo l'impostazione, avevo messo che si potesse includere l'audio nelle live, però non funziona. Non lo so perché. Ho proprio messo la spunta. Va bene. Però non sto seguendo bene, eh. Lo so, però poi ho confusione. Ok. Madonna, raga, quanto si vede che ho ripreso da poco le live. Io non sto streamando, cioè io sto streamando dalla televisione e basta. Però che palle, come si fa a non riuscire ad andare alle impostazioni se stai facendo una live? Cioè, se c'è qualcosa che non va bene.
Yeah. Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speakers down.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Poke
Ah, volta fuoco.
yeah, I'll leave my letter to
Speriamo
you.
che si dare
Let's hope
potrà
St. Molly can
incontrarsi
meet at the
nell'arena
stadium
tra
too.
2 giorni. Sì, che viene, sicuro. Madonna, questa bambina pare che c'ha i guantoni per prendere tipo il cibo nel forno.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a...
No, raga, ma può essere che ho fatto qualcosa pure io, eh. Che ne sappiamo. Però io mi ricordo, avevo controllato le impostazioni appositamente. Boh. Ci sei, amo? Perché a me non arriva la notifica che hai aperto il party. Non mi arriva, capito? Sì, sto scoprendo tutte queste cose ora, ragazzi, perché è la prima volta.
With Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going.
Siamo qua da 40 minuti e è già successo il devasto. Questa intanto balla mentre io sclero, giustamente. Che c'è?
Need a surfboard? Let's ride. Hey,
Aspetta,
Shilonen, how's
aspetta che
everything
sto seguendo.
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon.
Cioè, non ho capito finora perché Sidrali ce l'ha con l'Arcon. L'avrà scritto e non sono stata attenta.
I have bad news. St. Lolly did not reply to our
Ma la
request.
risposta alla nostra
Although,
richiesta.
I
Cioè,
suppose
Sidrali
I'm not
vuole
too
che moriamo
surprised.
praticamente, che muoiono tutti, capisco.
Huh? You mean she didn't even
Perché ci
bother
serve
to
il suo
give
aiuto
us a
comunque.
response? Guess she really does have quite...
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she
Mentre
probably
c'è
has
lei che
other
parla c'è
reasons
la
for not
musica da
giving us a
DJ.
response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to...
That's true. Let's go.
Ah. Che richiesta ha fatto? Ah, i 2 PG, certo. Subito. Aspetta. Avevo sbagliato, E come aspetta? Allora, intanto mentre vi faccio vedere, me li metto tra i preferiti. C'è un numero massimo, non penso proprio. Ma tu da quant'è che non giochi, Ven? Questo è letteralmente il mio personaggio preferito finora del gioco, in generale. Anche se non mi è piaciuto un po' come hanno gestito la sua trama. Però vabbè. Letteralmente è diventata un genitore duro, severo e basta. Che vuole comunque proteggere. Poi lui, che onestamente mi sono un po' pentita di averlo preso. L'avevo preso perché praticamente è sbroccato. Poi vabbè, io non dico altro perché non so se lo vuoi continuare, magari ti spoilerò. Non lo so perché glitcha, penso sia fatta apposta. esatto, a caso. Lei però è la mia preferita quasi di design. Cioè, lei è bellissima. E poi vabbè, c'è lei che sicuramente la conosci. Guarda, io questi stronzi non te li faccio neanche vedere, guarda. E poi c'è questa qua che ho preso da poco. Lei l'ho presa da poco, 150 pull, però l'ho avuta finalmente. Lei è il personaggio migliore del gioco. Pure lei è molto bella. Lei è stupenda. Ah, e io ho preso il 50 trovando sto furry. Preferibilmente. In realtà, insomma, perché non è che mi serva più di tanto. E ce l'ho C1. Sì, l'ho fatta adesso. Cioè, l'ho fatta quando ho pullato. Questi sono i miei PG. Non c'è il sidrali, va bene.
Paimon doesn't see any.
Well,
Sta
we tried to be as
cavalcando
considerate
uno
as we could,
squalo.
but she's under no obligation to help.
Più che altro sta surfando.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always
Ma
get to
infatti non
involve their
capisco.
Archon?
Comunque, scusate, potreste sentire dei pappagalli.
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like, yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and
Ma
easy
si
to
vede
get
che è
along with.
una tipa molto amichevole con quella contessa.
Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore you just because she's famous?
Vecchia befana mi fa morire. Intanto mi sa che è arrivata, eccola.
She's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even
Vai, Mona, stai zitta, ti prego.
Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's what aging
Beh,
does,
l'hanno inquadrato i
Paimon
piedi.
never wants to get old.
Oh, really?
Oh, cazzo.
So, that's how you see me?
Huh? Who's
Che
there?
schifo,
Who's
roba.
talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax.
Huh? See, Lolly.
Ma scusa, ma in che senso una nonna?
Wait, your seat, Lolly?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not
Ah,
Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age?
ma questa sono io da vecchia.
Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See?
Sono io da
I'm
vecchia,
barely
raga.
wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
Vabbè, tu sarai cringe, eh?
Paimon,
Infatti tu sei una femmina.
how old are you actually?
What? How dare
Come ti
you?
permetti?
You know it's rude
Ma
to
questa mi
ask a lady
assomiglia
her
troppo di
age.
carattere. Ah, ti dispiace. Come non è vero? Ogni tanto sì.
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems real. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were.
Per una volta Paimon abbassa la cresta.
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going.
Grazie, Rob. Sei molto, molto gentile.
H.'s letter and was planning to attend this meeting.
Non
Since
incontrarvi,
I
non
had
credo
already
ci fosse
decided to
bisogno di
come,
scrivere una
I
lettera
figured there was
solo
no
per
need to
dirvi,
draft a reply that
capito?
simply
Comunque
said,
la cosa importante è che io sia qui, no?
But
Ma che è bipolare?
it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me.
Ma sembra un po' Faruzan questo.
At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology.
Che carina però! Ma da quando è qua queste animazioni facciali?
Anyway, that's the whole story.
Madonna mia che bella Stilonen.
What's with that?
Ma è bellissima!
Embarrassed?
Mi sembra un po' a disagio. La frase sembra uno scherzo, ma non capisco se deve ridere o no. Sarebbe scortese farlo. O sarebbe non farlo. Questa sono io quando mi faccio pippe mentali. Questa sono io quando mi faccio pippe mentali quando parlo con qualcuno.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like...
Ah, finalmente.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an outlander. Well, that would... And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid.
Ma perché...
I can't see him joining the
Vabbè,
Fatui of his
lascia
own
sta.
volition.
Io le
He
coreo.
must have been coerced somehow.
Un bravo giovine. Ma mi fate parlare con lui, grazie.
We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
Che ha clippato? Grazie, Ben. Ma io non li posso mettere i VIP ancora, vero? Che palle, non posso fare nulla. Non metto i VIP.
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
No, non mi devi guardare, mi vergogno.
Wealth leads to unending
Aspetta.
conflicts between people.
Yet
Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts.
Ok.
A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest, will pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh?
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Che succede?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Comunque ho letto che lei dovrebbe finire nello standard. O lei o il bambino, la bambina, che non mi ricordo come si chiama. Non ci finisce. Finisci tu nello standard.
Oh, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Ok.
Oh, So you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream.
Ok.
But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get every—
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local
L'unica cosa che
vendors.
mi stona di Xilonen è quella treccia, non mi fa impazzire. Questa treccia laterale. Eh? Però non mi fa impazzire. Boh, con i suoi colori. Ah, sì, può essere.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to try.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
Ok.
Now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because he has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids. Which, and interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Oh,
What the
sounds like the
fuck?
Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they— That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back. I'm
Vabbè, oppure
truly
lui ha un
sorry
ruolo
to put you two
particolare per
through all
aver
this
attirato
trouble with me,
l'attenzione.
but please help me get him back.
You can count on us.
All right, then let's start by heading to where Auroran was seen.
Quanto cazzo parlano però, raga? Ci sei ancora? Ok. No, ogni tanto ho paura che ho problemi io. Vabbè, per ora stiamo andando da Oreo. Dobbiamo parlare con la signora della notte. No, da Oreo. Mamma mia, guarda che bello. Poi ti faccio vedere cosa fa Xilo. Oddio, c'è una cassa là, che fastidio. Ma me la vado a prendere.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroran speaking to some Fatui
Sì, ce ne
soldiers
sono
here.
tante nascoste. Baby Shark. La sta cantando Rob, eh? La sta cantando in questo momento Rob. Un attimo che mi è arrivato un messaggio. Ok, a posto, eccomi.
I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroran really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Auroran? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and
Intanto c'è
raising aphids,
quella cassa messa
living
là a
off of
destra,
what he
vabbè.
harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bag. Oh well,
Infatti.
let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time.
E allora
And
faccio
since
vedere
they
come
were
sono messa.
disturbed, they
Sono
secreted a
mica
special
le...
type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements.
Ah, una
Let's follow the
sostanza.
phlogiston
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right.
Ah,
I
ok.
forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive. Here.
Non voglio darti la mano, voglio prendermi la cassa.
How about now?
What do you see?
Ma sta tizia è particolare comunque.
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too.
No, è interessante. Tu sei un pezzo di me.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston
No,
too.
non ti voglio offendere.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the traveler's sense. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted.
Infatti, datemi il mio nome antico, grazie.
Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Aurora.
Sì, grazie.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you. Really.
All right, let's finish this fast.
Time to show.
Sono stato un po' esagerato. Gli ho buttato di tutto.
Always at the bottom.
Ma quanto sei cattivo. Disco, ciao! Guarda, Ben. Allora, lei surfa, ok? Chi cazzo levo dal team? Levo un attimo lei.
Let's get this over with.
Non lo so se l'ha vista prima quando l'ho provata, ma lei pattina. In che senso, Rob?
What does she mean by deep and confusing?
No,
As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to.
ma lo sai che non ti
Is there
sente
any
Disc,
other
vero?
old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Ma secondo te perché l'ho presa io anche, però non lo dirà nessuno. Ops, l'ho detto io. Chi cazzo è che sta parlando?
But is my
Ah.
way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, but given the looks on their faces just now. Or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Ugh, don't tell me
Ma
they're
lei
still
è come
getting
me
the impression I'm
praticamente.
super old.
Vabbè, pure io sono vecchia. Sì, Disc, anzi, grazie di cuore, veramente. Divertiti.
Was that? See, Lolly's.
Ah, ma loro la sentono.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Something.
Sì, ma lei non lo sa che
Oh,
ci sentiamo.
they appear to be feeling that compliment. Looks like our work will go
Non lo sa
smoothly.
che la capiamo. Comunque cambio team perché lei ancora è messa male, purtroppo. Rimettiamo lei.
Witness my magnificence!
Ma no, ma che è contro Furina, mo?
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there.
Let's go take a...
Yep. Judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit off. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here.
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe
Mi sembra di
recognized it.
sentire comunque
So
tutti i
Aurora
dialoghi
was indeed being threatened.
che ho già sentito nella live.
We've got to find... leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably... if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I
Mi
can't have
triggera
him
quando
caught in
dice
the
che suo
crossfire.
nipote.
No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying.
Ah, ok, quindi lo vedo.
No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
Ma perché sembra a me questa? Questi sono tutti i film mentali che mi faccio io. Io non sono vecchia. Ben, mi difendi perché Rob sta dicendo che sono vecchia.
Need a surfboard?
Let's ride.
Quanto sono figa.
Off we go.
Aspettate un attimo, così possiamo surfare sempre. Ah, comunque guarda la mia esplorazione. Che schifo. Cioè, 33%, 40%, questo non lo so che cacchio è, non si vede, mi pare che era 85 e questo 81. Cioè, se tu qua vai 100%, 100%, 100%. Poi vabbè, tutta questa parte invece che devo finire. Questa c'ha un 74% e questo un 6%. Modstat è quasi finita, se solo non mancassero queste parti. Poi c'è tutta l'Igue. Aspetta, poi Inazuma invece è tutta completa. Spoiler, è la più piccola regione. Comunque stavi dicendo? Roberto, lo sai che cosa fa ogni volta che c'è un aggiornamento? Praticamente prima esplora tutto e dopo si fa la trama. Vabbè, non mi fate arrabbiare, raga. Non mi fate arrabbiare, dai. No, vi giuro, mi fate arrabbiare. No, mi fate arrabbiare, raga. Non mi fate arrabbiare. No, non cominciare pure tu.
People staying here too.
No.
Wait a second.
Ma tutti i piedi di fuori
The
hanno
phlogiston
in
around
questa
here
cazzo di
is
Natlan.
jumbled up.
Tutti i piedi di fuori hanno. Vabbè, dovresti essere un cittadino di Natlan. Quella la
I can
rinfusa.
also smell a
Beh,
mix
certo,
of
anche non c'è
elements
di
in the
elementi.
air.
Fire, elettro,
Pyro.
anche qualcos'altro.
Kanish told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things.
Però lei è un bel personaggio, mi piace tutto quello che fa.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Pure io voglio i piedi di Ling. Sì.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was...
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as well.
Ma comunque vedi c'ha la vision là. Crio. No, non mi voglio dividere. Voglio
I'll take this
usarla.
direction and leave the other one to you.
No, Rob, non mi devo far
Again
piacere
later.
altri personaggi perché sennò sono nella merda. Perché mi devo prendere l'Arcon. Devo prendere l'Arcon e basta.
Roran, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. Ah, you little brat.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response. So you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
Non si è resa conto di un
She did say that
cazzo.
she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special... If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world.
Beh, noi siamo
Quite a
speciali.
different picture from Paimon's first impression.
Noi siamo molto speciali. Ah, ma sono nemici proprio. No! Via, no! No! È scomparso! Rob! La mia carne fresca! Ma è scomparso! Questa sempre mi fa perdere vita. Che palle, ma volevo cacciare. Cazzo.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
Cioè, ma è troppo bella, guardatela. Oh già, già è finito. Ma perché non ha fatto sciopero la doppiatrice di Paimon? Cioè,
Did you find something? Huh. So we can't... That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints up, but he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath.
ah, questo è Oreo. Questo è palesemente Oreo che sta parlando. Che bel doppiatore. Mi piace la sua voce. Sì, dimmi. Che stai facendo? Ah, stasera Disc ci sarà roba che prenderà degli infartini. Oddio, che cazzo glitcha! Che cazzo succede? Sta glitchando. Che cazzo succede? Oddio. Eccolo.
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I
Perché no?
have no desire to hurt you.
Robby. Vabbè, se vuole la facciamo. Oddio, questo sembra un maniaco.
I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the Masters. Hello, traveler.
Che bello che è.
I'm Auroran, the one you've been searching for.
Cioè, ha l'occhio diverso, bello, come Furina. Ma pure Candace, come cazzo si chiama? Lui proprio c'ha l'occhio diverso.
Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui.
Perfino nonna ti ha detto, c'è
I'm
una cazzo di
afraid you've been
bambino.
brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up.
Greetings, traveler.
Ah, ok, così.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
Me ne hai fatto un
I've
cazzo.
heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid
La
dragging
nonnina.
Granny into this conflict.
Ah, sembra molto bella già da ora la questa.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground?
Si stavo riposando
She
solo.
rose for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Di un Kai.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with
Ma
me.
scusa, ma io volevo la voce da vecchia. A sto punto. Ormai ti devi fidare. Bello un Kai comunque. Mi sa che ci sono arrivata adesso al mondo dei sogni.
See, Lolly should be able to,
Non è una merda.
exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just... In any case, let's take a bit more time to
Potrebbe
rest
essere che
now.
lei comunque già sappia del dialogo che ho appena avuto. Ma visto che consigli...
Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one
Vabbè,
or
ma
not at all.
solo per ora. Comunque, ma Sivan, conta che Genshin sta salendo molto con la trama. Le prime regioni magari non sono chissà cosa, però Più avanti diventa interessante. Secondo me no. La trama di Fontaine è bellissima pure. Vabbè, Sumeru è una roba particolare. Ma pure questo è particolare secondo me, è una roba diversa da quello che abbiamo visto finora.
But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Ti occupare che io spacco i culi a tutti. Ling lo sa bene. Ma sembrano delle giraffe comunque quei cosi. Come sei tu? Io intanto scusate, ma sto controllando se manco qualche cassa.
Look over there.
Per ora, allora, la trama migliore se la gioca molto Sumeru con Fontaine. Ma lo sai perché? Per Fontaine gli deve piacere anche il genere, perché c'è un genere che non c'entra completamente con quello che poi vedi alla fine, capito? È bellissimo, è una
I don't think she sees someone
sovrapposizione.
in the middle of the camp.
A me piace. Forse la roba, forse tu dici la roba della balena un po' buttata lì a caso, vero? Il fatto che potrebbe portare casini. Vabbè, io qua ancora devo vedere, eh. Vabbè, è più una regione di mezzo Fontaine comunque. Però è anche interessante, dai. Per quanto riguarda Sumeru, sì, è importante perché comunque si parla di questo albero che letteralmente moriva tutta Deivat. In quel caso, non avessimo fatto nulla. Ci sei?
That's Auroron.
Ma
So
per
he really
forza
was
finirà in
taken by the
positivo.
Fatui.
Vedremo.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Ehi, bro, ma tu non eri da un'altra parte prima?
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
Cosa come dovrebbe finire?
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Dice Roberto, perché siccome non l'hai sentito, che praticamente a Fontaine finisce con un lieto... In generale, scusami, in generale finisce con un lieto fine, tranne Sumeru.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
Cazzatissima lei.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready?
Ma io non la penso come lui,
Let's go
perché
kick
quella
their
di Fontaine è
butts.
anche particolare come trama. Ok, io parlo della trama proprio della regione, sto parlando.
On my count.
È molto
You're
forte.
still trying to resist?
Ma
You've got
buonasera!
no idea who you're up against.
Back into it.
The show begins.
Questo è Hyde, vabbè. Ragazzi, ma lagga la live? O sei tu? Oh mamma, che è successo? È bellissima lei. Ah, ok, è finito.
Auroron!
Granny.
Nonna!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
What the fuck?
What did you just call her?
Granny. Is that not right?
Basta, ma pure lui mi dice che sono vecchia, raga.
You seem to be
Ma lui mi dice
approximately
mica
the
che sono
same age as
nonna.
her, so I figured you're also a
Dai,
Granny.
c'ho 22 anni.
How
Ma che
many
cazzo
times
di...
have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling
Mi
everyone
sta
Gramps or
spaccando,
Granny.
bellissima sta parte.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Eh? What? Ah, sì, perché quello là, Oreo, lo chiamerò Oreo, ha appena detto che praticamente sembro un'altra nonna. Che dico, pure lui, pure tu me lo dici, basta.
Oh,
Fanculo.
your words have pierced my heart like a thorn vine. Given how hard those
Come
thorns
faccio
are
se la
to
tua
remove,
bisnonna e sono la
I
tua
might just
ragazza?
need to find a pair of tweezers.
Madonna, io non ce la posso fare, raga. Non ce la posso fare con Rob. Ma che cazzo?
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's
Ma è
due.
un bebè
And
grande
since the
lui.
Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Ma è Re Leone questa musica.
Exactly.
Ma che cazzo sta lui dicendo?
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
Ma io non ho parole, non solo mi date della nonna, ma pure della bisnonna.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Aurora? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Se no, sculacciate. Scusa. Eh sì, sculacciate.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the... You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next
Che
time.
carino lui. Mi dicono di tutto.
Next time? Oh, good one.
Oddio.
You think there'll... They didn't hurt you.
No,
Ma è
they just
impadato
asked me a lot
ora.
of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a
Ma non
map
fa
of the
niente se
nearby
minaccia di
distribution.
morte, tanto va a finire che poi mi vorrà bene.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the...
Yes,
So why did...
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Bene, ma perché mi hai chiesto... Vabbè.
Hey! I'm no
Posso...
ordinary
Cioè, sarebbe
granny.
Ben.
Would they really dare to come after me? And
Sì.
you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value? And not stop to think?
Perché mi ha appena chiesto come fosse penne senza denti.
Thankfully. Lolly, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you—
I'm sorry.
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we—
Sounds
Sì,
good.
certo. Sì,
Should
no,
I
sto
bring some of my
seguendo.
homegrown vegetables as well?
Guarda che ha scritto Ben.
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
Ma che cazzo?
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do—
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in—
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
Niente, un bimbo monello lui. Dove cazzo deve andare mo?
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he—
That's right.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lolly is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please—
I understand. Thank you. And thank you.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Ok.
Oh, thank you.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your— come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, other granny.
Mi sto cringiando questa cosa del nonno. Della nonna. Ci sei Robbio, sei mutato. Mi sto cringiando ora.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What is it, Traveler? What? That captain?
Madonna che stupida Paimon, raga, quanto cazzo è stupida.
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack you? Oh, that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was all that stuff about protecting Seat Lally and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along. Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with...
Beh, in realtà l'ha detto solo al Traveler, però vabbè. Se vuoi venire pure tu, che ti devo dire? Si è messa subito in mezzo. Raga, scusate, spero non vi stiate annoiando comunque. Non lo so. Ti pare ci penso a ste cose? Che cazzo è? Ah. Cosa pensi di essere inventata dopo? Io non ti voglio uccidere, piccolino. Meno male, Ben. Veramente, grazie. Che cazzo è successo?
Doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let.
Eccolo.
What was that?
Come che cos'è?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
Ugh. And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady stuff
Madonna,
behind people's backs.
mi sento così, ma cioè... Come prendere la gente? Come Paimon?
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Ma sono tutti sue nonne? Eh? Dimmi.
Well, I could.
No. Io mi sto cringiando con sta cosa dei nonni, eh.
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy.
Sì, subito a te mi sto
If we
alleando.
allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means, and once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Tevat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along? The details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you.
An emergency plan.
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh.
Something? Bad news, chump.
Ma che
It's
cazzo?
your granny.
Ma volevo seguire, ero interessata.
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
Bra.
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to.
Aspettate, mi devo mutare un attimo.
How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the cat... So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You hear me? You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron.
Carving waves!
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you serious? Why did you help the captain? And I want the trip... No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. Really?
Ok ragazzi, eccomi, scusate. Mi sono dovuta mutare. No, dai, Venne mi sta dicendo, Venne!
Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the cap? You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation.
Why is
Mi
this
I'm
sto
sorry that you
sbasciando.
have to hear all this.
Ha detto Rob che stasera disabilita le cose per cantare, eh? Attenzione. E scriviglielo. Dice che si spaventa. Dice che si spaventa.
Indeed. It's like going to visit a friend at his house, only to suddenly hear your friend berating a naughty
Well, that's an oddly specific analogy. Wait, did one of your friends really do that?
Mi sento in colpa.
Yes. And every time my friends scolded his Saurians, they would look at me the same way you're looking at me now. Helpless and embarrassed.
Wait, but you're the one getting your head chewed off. Stop making this about—
Indeed. You've got a point. Then please just hang in there for a little while longer. Granny should be done with her scold.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening?
Sorry.
Mi sto sbagliando, mi sto pisciando.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me! Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables! I don't need anything from you!
Mi sto spaccando.
A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What
just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful? Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't—
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Oh, that brat. I swear.
Aspettate un attimo. Ok. Ci sei, Rob? Mm. Oddio, sto andando da Mawika, raga.
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time.
Ok.
Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry?
All right, it's been a while since we last
Ah, vero,
ate.
mi fa ricordare che ancora non ho fatto la merenda, ormai non la posso fare più. Non sono
Then let's go.
cicciona.
We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks
Ma
are
che
on me.
cacchio? Ah, vabbè, allora se offri tu corro.
Really? You're not gonna take her. Ah, that's right. See, Lolly has gotten a lot quieter. She's right. We're seasoned adventurers, so we're more.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Ciao Mike, buona serata e grazie.
Are you sure? We can save you some more.
Ma non sto parlando sola.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
Non sono Pro Max. Ciao Mike, buona serata.
Sure, that's fine with us. But Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, sweet Lolly.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Let's ride.
Vabbè, basta.
Need a surfboard?
Non fai domande normali. No. Si Dali che si ubriaca.
What are you looking?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting it.
Ma Questa sono io, ma dopo aver bevuto un bicchierino.
One person there.
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be.
Do you think she's drunk?
There you go, miss. Oh my! It's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends.
Sta
Not to
dormendo.
mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Sitlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know. I don't even remember the last time I saw her with a new friend.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of...
Questa è la nonna di tutti comunque, eh.
Face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny. I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my...
Ciasca se ne... La cianca se n'è andata a Sidelalli, si versa qualche altro bicchiere e inizia a fissare il vuoto davanti a sé, seduta sulla sua sedia. Poi hanno cominciato a chiedergli se sia davvero ubriaco o se stia elaborando chissà quale pensiero nella sua mente, secondo me è ubriaco. Roba, sei tu.
Who's that?
Mi piscio.
You got some gall calling me by my first name.
Are you still with us, Seatlawi? You're kinda talking to no one.
You chumps come around here.
Bellissima questa live, è anche un meme, devo dire.
You know what happens next.
Ora c'è il meme che parlo da sola.
Run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You
Ehi, non
start
sono
it,
tutta ubriaca.
I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the...
Io mi sto pisciando con quel...
Come on! Monster? Me?
Granny Seatlawi, you're not a...
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have... oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey,
Avete visto? Sono una bambina.
yeah, you.
Sono una bambina, non sono una nonna.
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find
Non è vero.
phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him. That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right.
Ma smetti, Rob, hai rotto. Scemo.
Just falls asleep with her eyes open? Oh, jeez.
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwing?
Se c'è disco che sclera, mi piscio.
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Seatlawi.
Ehi.
While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master.
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of
Ma
danger.
che cazzo?
Huh?
Ma questa è pure bipolare.
Traveler?
What's wrong?
Zitto, Ruth, pensa a quanto ti caghi addosso stasera.
I'm gonna hurl.
Io non so più per cosa ridere.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Mi dispiace, Disc, però ti perdi una perla. Ma ha rottato!
Okay, it's past.
Bellissimo!
That was a...
You had Paimon worried.
Ah, Mari, tu che rottavi?
You were about to barf all over the table just now.
stoppisce, ma che
Sorry
cazzo
you had to see me like
succede?
that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up. No.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some
Quali
fresh air?
versi, Ven?
There's so much that I want.
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon. It's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Oh, Hyman gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
Ma perché che rutta mi fa spaccare?
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame?
Ai miei tempi,
Talking about shame.
ai miei
I've lived
tempi,
all these years and still
i
can't
giovani
get
non
rid of
erano
it.
così.
Surely you know the feeling too?
Actually, about that.
Guardi, non riesco neanche a fare la voce da vecchia. Non sono vecchia.
Tell me what?
Non sono vecchia.
Yeah,
Non è vero.
this is as good a time as any.
Non è vero. Esponi quanto accaduto durante il soccorso di Oreo nel modo più oggettivo, equo e imparziale possibile. Siddhartha aveva condiviso con voi parte della sua percezione sensoriale tramite un incantesimo, permettendovi temporaneamente di sentire i suoi pensieri. Abbiamo percepito tutto.
So, you heard.
It's okay, Seedlolly.
Basta, voglio bullarla.
You have every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much! It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing!
So that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old.
Che cazzo?
Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Figurati. Mi sento sfruttata. Allora.
Need a surfboard?
Che cacchio devo andare? Ah, ci sono delle scale, non l'avevo viste. Io devo ancora collegare il mio account. Ora le prendo da me stessa perché mi sono autoguardata.
Great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Poi è diventato tutto così romantico.
Wow, it's beautiful.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no, what do we do?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... Let's just have a casual conversation.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules. And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long.
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful
Non fa
around her.
paura. Invece è caruccia lei come personaggio. Ah sì, quello, il nostro sì è brutto. Come si chiama? No, dai, man! Ma hai clippato quando ho fatto la nonna? Beh, sì, Disc. Mi stai dando delle ottime idee. Potrei anche mettere io che picchio Rob. No, non ti prego.
Well, you are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are
Guarda che
mad I
romantico,
always come out
guarda,
on
tu mai
top.
ti siedi a guardare come un
A few
panorama,
decades like that,
bellissimo.
and people stop knowing how
Non
to
mi
deal with them.
interessa, preferisco sedermi con la vecchia allora. Litigi tra me e Ling, purtroppo non lo potete sentire.
What about you?
Non posso, meno male che
Are
non ti
you scared
sentono.
of me?
We don't find you scary at all.
Ma è così cute, perché
That's
dovrebbe
because
far
you're not
paura?
from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me. Oh, not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just...
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Allora, è tutto così divertente, però fino ad ora, cioè non è che hanno dato così tanta ciccia, eh. C'è Oreo che è strano. Insomma,
Yes, but Auroran's a special case.
capitano che diffama Mawika. Ok, però...
Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. Auroran's not like other people. The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing
Ah,
about
povero
illness and
Oreo.
misfortune. No one knows who his
C'era
parents
Totti
are.
comunque prima, il
She was
capitano.
just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast.
Povero
The
Oreo.
Masters of the Nightwind
E
believe
se
they
pensa la
can
notte
see
credono
human
di poter
souls,
vedere le anime degli
and
umani.
in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan,
Oh,
a possibility to turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls.
Kingdom Hearts reference, ok.
The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and completing the ceremony.
Ah, ecco perché non tornò Cacina, allora era compito di Oreo. Capito?
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now, you see when
L'aveva
damage
detto
occurs
lei.
to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process. I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. Of course you're going to take it. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony.
Povero Oreo.
Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing.
Quindi doveva morire.
If the ceremony, of course, in my tribe,
Per
death is
fare quello
rarely
che ti ho
something
detto
to
prima
fear.
io.
But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using
Però era
a
il suo compito di
human
dare
life
le
as a
anime in quel
tool?
caso. Poverino.
It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my The plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. A simple investigation from everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved?
Wait, what?
He knows that, but he still
Ok,
feels
amo.
guilty. Auroran has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to...
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroran into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back!
Ah, ok. Ora finalmente si capiscono le cose.
You don't look so good, Lolly. Maybe...
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay. Forget that. I need to go home. I hit it a little too hard. You've helped me so much already. How do I even...
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. Friends. I like the sound of that.
Ubriacona. Dai, almeno non mi chiami più nonna, siamo amiche.
Auroran's probably back with the captain, don't you think? You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us? Yeah, you're right. But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now, let's...
Sì, andiamo a letto tutti. Dobbiamo riposare. Oddio, fighissima lei.
Off we go.
Bro, non ti arrampichi. Ma... Non mi faccio domande. Ah. Oddio, dormo con Paimon, che cosa brutta. Che cosa brutta. Che cosa brutta. Siete il personaggio maschio mi pisciavo dalle risa.
Pirates still have his lead. Well, guess we should see what's going on.
Sì, va bene, io stavo per entrare dentro un muro praticamente. Dai, voglio vedere mia moglie. Su, l'Arcontessa. Ancora questa, basta con la nonnina.
You're already here. I was just about to come get you.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive, especially after all the drinking.
Let's not bring up last night.
Non sono una
Embarrassed
Giorgia,
about the whole
basta.
thing. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium are on the move. I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Night Wind. I need to head back right away.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you need our help?
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. Given the quick response, things shouldn't get too serious. The stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the forces here. I'm done making excuses for him. He's not a child anymore. He needs to take responsibility for his actions. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the Speaker's chamber. I'll accept, but I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the attack. As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry, I never forget a promise to a friend. Thank you. All right, I need to start heading back.
She left in a hurry. The situation must be really serious. Looks like a lot of people are heading to the stadium. Let's see what's going on.
Sì, andiamo, dai. Sì, andiamo proprio a comandare. Eccoli!
Traveler, over here! Oh, perfect. Our star Outlander has appeared.
Oh, you're all here! But,
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on our hands.
Niente, tutti
So this is the
razzisti.
perfect time for you to show off your skills.
alright, but can we get a quick rundown of the situation first?
The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camps and outposts in the wild.
Minchia.
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now, but I can't say the same for the adventurers and merchants stuck in the wild. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out again soon.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me.
What about you, Mualani? Where are you gonna go?
I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away.
Ci siamo?
What about you guys? We can go
Tanto, se hai
together?
qualcosa scrivi in chat in caso.
Yeah, that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the Children of Echoes to... Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished.
That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay.
It'll be fine. Your tribe doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly...
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances. That will make my...
Koichi, do we really have...
It's alright. Alright, let's hurry up and talk to the Pyro Arc.
Oh, finalmente andiamo dall'Archon. Oddio, che bella, quanto l'adoro. Che amore mio.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good right now. People across Natlan are in danger. Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have to keep our conversation short.
That's alright.
Grazie, pure lei dice di stringere un po' con i dialoghi.
What? So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn. I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function. I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price.
È di morire.
The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines and protect them against abyssal corrosion.
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net? But...
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process. Souls are just another form of life.
Beh, sì.
The cruelty... The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture. Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damaged ley lines before that happens, then all those sacrifices are for nothing. Given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I also care about how we win, and what that means for us in the end. Now it's true, both plans come at a risk, but after weighing our options, this is our best bet. Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario. Having a contingency plan is our duty. Not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret. I'm very curious how the captain learned this information.
Buonasera.
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve the problem.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for us. Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me, even if just for a second.
Not even a little! We would never... Wait, what are you talking about, Traveler?
Just as expected. I appreciate your sincerity. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. We both want to save the people of this land. So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
You scared Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts, Traveler.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
That's great! Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations
Fai
at
bene,
once,
Disc.
I'm
Pure a me piace
confident
fare
the
questo
warriors stationed in
solitamente.
those areas can handle it. Don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower, then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
Sì, sì, dici pure. Ovviamente la puoi dire. Potete dire quello che volete, basta che ovviamente non siano insulti gravi o chissà che.
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon.
Ah vabbè, questo lo penso da secoli. E comunque quello che mi piace di Genshin è la storia. La storia è molto bella.
No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines. I just think there's strength in numbers. If the people feel emboldened, that's just a bonus. Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, it's not a permanent solution in the long run.
A me piace la storia di tutti, soprattutto quelle delle regioni.
I I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation would have devastating consequences. I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their settlements. Now, I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis to the people of Natlan.
Paimon's a little worried about how people will react.
Yes, but that won't be the only response. In any case...
Alright, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Milani. She can't be too far ahead.
No need to worry about me.
Sono qua e questa è Molani. Porca troia, all'inizio proprio.
Off we go. Need a surfboard? Quick, over here, to safety.
Come che ha rapito acqua? Non ho capito.
Kachina, how many people do you have left?
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
We'll go together.
Carving waves! Off we go.
Ah no, scusa Ivana, è che ogni tanto quando seguo la storia non parlo tanto. Oddio, vedo dei danni. Che cazzo? Ah, oddio!
We've got this. Hear the echoes of the valley.
Woohoo! That's an epic wave!
All right.
Oddio, che cazzo è successo? Non riuscivo più a reggere lei. Ok. Non riesco a usarla quando pattina. Si capisce un cazzo. No, Disc, non mi tentare. Non mi tentare, ti prego. Non mi tentare. Non sai che cazzo ho fatto ultimamente.
I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay.
Non mi tentate perché devo conservare.
Goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss isn't after Mora.
Sì, no, semplicemente non l'ho fatto in live. Perché neanche ero sicura di prendere la tizia che volevo. No, raga, vi prego, non fate così.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the children of
Cioè io
Echoes.
mentre cazzo stavo usando sta tizia, pattinava a cazzo ovunque. No.
By the way, where's
No,
Sue?
Vena, ti
I
prego.
thought she would come with you.
Io per pullare sta tizia ho buttato 150 pull.
The Masters of the Nightwind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the tribe.
Prossimo banner, oddio. Sempre di questa versione, Utao e Naida. Dopo c'è Chaska nella 5.2 con Oreo. Anche se Oreo l'avrei messo con Citlali, onestamente. Si chiama Oreo. Beh, Oreo. Io lo vedo più Oreo. Ah no, il 5 stelle è Citlali, Oreo è 4 stelle. Non lo so. Basta, Rob!
The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons.
Ma quante lamentele stupide, guarda. Rob, zitto, non dire così.
You mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people are realizing something's wrong.
Sì, sì, tranquillo.
It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do is wait.
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani. You always find a way to cheer people up.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
Io sempre più felice di aver pullato comunque lei. Ormai lo sanno tutte le informazioni del condottiero, quindi.
Specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it comes at a huge price.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use it. Honestly, if he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
Lei che non parla comunque perché ha fatto sciopero la sua doppiatrice.
We talked to Moika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high.
Ok.
And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Dai, ma io direi di usare l'alternativa della gnosi.
I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already... When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold...
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities.
Lei è una bellissima doppiatrice comunque. No, devono dargli loro a me i soldi, altro che.
Life is important, but so are history and memory.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seems like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the
This is all super confusing.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing, we'll have our answer.
Let's head back then. Moika said her intelligence officers should return soon. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom of the whole.
Ma sì, ovvio che si unisce.
If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People who could help us in the next battle.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back.
All right. See you all later. Let's get together and celebrate.
Oh, you bet!
Need a surfboard?
Siamo. No.
Moika! Oh, Chatsuka and Koichi are here. Wait, are you okay?
I'm fine.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
Lei è la più bella di tutti, comunque mi dispiace. Lei è proprio la più bella.
The Fatui?
Calm down and let me explain.
Che palle. Quanto parlano. Più che altro quanto parlano.
It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait.
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan.
Ma devo aiutarli?
Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
Oh!
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed...
Got it. We'll get...
Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't sense an ulterior motive. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw, it's...
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui.
It's too early to
Lei
say.
invece non mi piace.
Let's
Il
follow
suo
them and
design
see
non
what's
mi
really
piace.
going on.
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky.
Koichi, wait for...
Oh, no you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting around, I doubt...
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch your back if you go in alone.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, We can still figure out what the Fatui... That intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway.
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. You're already at your limit. I'm confident I can protect myself. I'm not sure you can say the same.
I can.
You really believe...
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout all on your own sounds more reasonable.
No, Ven, non pullo.
You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure you can say the same.
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end.
Guess that means I win.
No, discuti, prego, pure tu.
Young person from our tribe. I can handle this.
Sì, basta, ma ste due, basta, tagliatela.
We split up. Communicate with hand signals. Make sure our blind spots are covered. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
Non ti vedranno mai, bro.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. Now.
Cazzo devo fare?
Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act.
Ma che ne so? Mi spacco. Qua mi scoprono palese.
I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui.
Roba, che cazzo è sta cosa? Roba è morto, va bene.
Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal.
Già va.
That's it. Now's my chance.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal.
Però...
Time to move.
Io ok.
That was close. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance.
Vabbè, ma che cazzo è sta cosa? Raga, secondo voi Ling è ancora vivo?
I made it! Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it!
Cazzo. No!
Huh? What's that noise?
Che
Something
puzza!
explode?
Qualcuno ha scorreggiato, è stato Rob.
What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing.
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably had enough of this job already. The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. This is our chance. Come get me, Chaska?
That's Koichi's signal. Smart idea. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead us to the deepest part. Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me.
I was wrong, Koichi.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it?
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. The more time we waste, the more dangerous this becomes.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natland don't know how...
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be what our Lord's looking for. Took us long enough. Come on.
Back? Back where? Should we keep
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team.
Uh-oh. We've been spotted.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
What? You'll regret!
Ma che cazzo?
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them off your tail?
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right? So my perfect record remains.
You've done very well. I could make a comment on knowing your limits, but it's not my place.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery, even to us.
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natland familiar with the secret source. Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with...
My patients. That's so nice of them.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natland. I should take Koichi home now.
Well, if Koichi doesn't...
I accept.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first...
Yummy snacks! Off we go!
Voliamo. Niente, comunque, signor Ling è scomparso. io essere triste. Vabbè, tanto adesso devo staccare, quindi. Che devo preparare la pizza con mamma.
Off we go. Need a surfboard?
What's next for you two?
I'm taking Koichi home. With our parents there to keep an eye on her. I can make sure she actually...
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner. I'll be fine in a day or two.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal. What if the Abyss attacks again? You're saying if I let you rest in a hotel, you're not gonna rush out the minute you hear the alarm?
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. On the off chance something like that were to happen, I might. But I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets. I guess you're right.
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop Chaska from doing something dangerous.
I'd do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor, I don't want people to get hurt because of a rash decision.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients. So can't you understand why you're...
The two of you are the same, you know?
I disagree. I understand the risks and costs of my decisions.
Who wants to be like her? Overconfident, always make...
That's just not...
you...
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend Paimon never said anything.
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is just how we communicate. Neither of us really takes it to heart.
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways. Maybe I rush into things without... We're family. I can't help it if my older sister...
Okay, you don't have to put it that way.
So, you're all good now?
Insomma.
Neither of us are really the type to back down. So we'll always have our differences. But still.
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and realize I was right all along.
Be my guest. Come on, let's get you home. See you later, Traveler and Paimon.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Bye, you two.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point. Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go.
Sorry for popping...
Why do you look so awkward? Oh, is there...
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest.
Awesome! Just give...
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned how Auroron has always wanted to save Natlan, and something about his soul being fragmented. Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably back with the Captain. What do you think?
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, Auroron came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
What? He came back?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step away from success, so there's no way he can back out now. Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he still has a duty to Natlan as a whole.
I'm surprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for a good opportunity, but it never came. All these years of calling me Granny, and I couldn't do a single—
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right? That couldn't have been easy.
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little. Running around the tribe, dropping by random houses. He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for— Besides, Auroron is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks up his sleeve. but I guarantee I...
Wait, what do you say?
Look. Remember how I said Auroron's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created, and this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroron is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag and asked Aoife to bring it to him. You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and
Io fra poco stacco
good
disc.
friends with Auroron.
Penso quando finisce questo dialogo, che devo preparare la pizza con mia mamma.
Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroron would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important it is.
Ah, sei vivo?
So I knew he would make the switch. He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag.
Ora la faccio salutare.
A portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem, which he no longer needed.
Ok, amo. Ciao. Buona cena. Ok. Ciao. Mua.
Amazing. You can do something like that?
E beh, si possono scrivere
Most
altre
people
cose.
can't, but I can.
Certo.
That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is much...
So in other words, we have a whole backup
Esatto.
of Auroron's memories.
The kid thinks he can take me on? Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he knows?
That's amazing, Sweet Lolly. Let's take a look right away.
No, ma lui fa la live più tardi. Ancora deve pure cenare.
Once we get to the bottom of this,
Ma quanto parlate? Dai, devo mangiare.
I know he thinks of me as his grandma, but do you think he'll get mad at me for...
Huh, that's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. I didn't, but if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Yeah, you're right. First anger, then tears.
No,
I need to look at his memory. Even if he resents me, I don't care, and I won't blame him.
You sure you'll be okay?
Did you just say you'll...
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because, right.
You really mean it?
Come prende un pull blu gratis? Li ho già buttati.
Fine, you can come. Just promise me you'll see this through. No backing out. Got it?
Don't worry, we're professional adventurers.
Then I place my trust in your professionalism.
Gradisco.
Time to sneak into someone else's memory and engage. Are you ready?
No, no. Io devo staccare.
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good...
Hey! How's it going, Auroron?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Ah, questo è lo zio, almeno non è un nonno.
What you up to? Naming your vegetables again?
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating. What did they say?
They They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a saurian at his place. Said the thing trampled over a part of your radish garden.
No, don't worry. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming. That's pretty amazing.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out of nowhere?
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
Ah, ma quanto dura ancora? Perché devo staccare fra poco.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. It seems like they're looking for someone, but I wouldn't go around asking too many questions. If you run into them, be careful.
Ti prego, basta.
You're from the Masters of the Night Wind, are you not? Why do you...
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild.
Mi spacco disc.
I guess you're from the Fatui. One everyone's calling a...
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Lali is her name.
Granny? What does an outlander want with her? I've heard the name. You have business...
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall see...
Oh, he could tell I was lying, and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that? Hey! At least tell me...
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning. They've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. I can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro are...
My lord!
Ignore him. He is no threat.
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him and also familiar in some way. I can't describe it.
Disc mi fa morire da ridere.
What is it?
My lord,
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful realm.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Night Wind. How did he know that? Is he sending those escaped souls back into the ley lines? How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult. This could be related to why he's searching for Granny.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Think nothing of it. Stay vigilant, and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice any irregularities, assume drill formation and be prepared to fight. However, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? Do they really mean us no harm? I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him, and now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual.
Ah, questo è successo prima dello scontro con Mauica, mi sa.
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send...
Yes, sir.
He's going inside? But the pyro is in
infatti.
there. What does he want with her?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time. Do you truly wish to do this?
The time for idle observation is over. It now falls on me to act. This nation is out of time.
Yes, sir.
He just walked straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do?
Infatti qua c'è stato lo scontro.
They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines. It's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from? Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that happen.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little...
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on...
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out. You heard something.
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone match the pirate.
I didn't expect you to intervene.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts saved your life.
Then speak.
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. I don't know what the Pyro Archon is planning. The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like I had to help you.
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make.
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe. So, we're in the same...
Seem to care little for my thoughts on them.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Sitlali? Do you know her?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious the moment I mentioned her name.
Sitlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect her.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what that means?
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But...
Strange? Sitlali is said to be the legendary Granny Eastly. Someone capable of communicating with the Wyab. And the Wyab are the key to information on the Night Kingdom.
Grazie Rob comunque.
That is not something you...
Don't forget.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul. a sense of justice.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan. I see. Interesting.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley line.
Whoa!
Traveler, Paimon.
Paimon's fine, just, a little dizzy.
Of course. I'm just... Oh, I'm so mad at him.
Bellissima.
After everything, he still can't let go of the past. For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do? He thinks he can just run away. I'll show him.
Ma quella inquadratura ai piedi.
One more time. He's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Botte di merda a
Kid's got
casa.
nothing on me. Anyway...
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to... What does that even mean? Something like the loom of fate, maybe? But how does that help with the abyss?
The loom of fate?
Oh, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, it's a device from Conrail that has... Anyway, if he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in Natland will be affected. Oh, this is big.
Which means... the captain has been honest.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natland? Oh, we've got to tell Malik.
Yes. She needs to know.
Oh, bene, abbiamo finito quest'atto. Ah, nice. Ok. Ok, devo completare queste. E intanto mi prendo questo, ma subitissimo. Subito me lo prendo. Non ne ho pulle da fare. Non ne ho pulle blu. Mi dispiace, Disc. Vabbè, raga. Io vi saluto, che si è fatto tardi. E niente. Dopo, forse domani, continuiamo. Grazie a tutti per essere passati. E niente. Buona cena e buona serata. Ciao ciao.